Hey, welcome back to my channel. My name is Shane, and this is Wisdom Seed Wednesdays, where every bit of wisdom is like planting a seed in your life. Today, we're going into Proverbs chapter 1, verse 7, which says, "The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. Fools despise wisdom, and they despise discipline." Now, it wasn't too long ago where I discovered that I was living according to a trauma that I experienced when I was a kid, where I wrote some things down and felt exposed when people read it out loud. And I created this story in my head that it's not okay to write things down out of fear of what other people would think or do or expose. And it wasn't until I started journaling and I started speaking with the Lord about this, and He asked me this amazing question: what do I care more about? What people are willing to do, or what He wants for me in my life? And when I came into this knowledge, it created this awe, this fear of the Lord within me that put Him above others. And that's truly what it's about. When you begin to fear Him, you stop fearing what other people will do to you. Now, this also ties into this place of the beginning of knowledge, because it says the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. What does that mean? Well, it means that you're willing to pursue, you're willing to go after, and you're willing to learn and instruct your ways in the way of the Lord. Meaning you're willing to go after knowledge because of who He is and what He's calling you to. If you fear the Lord and you care about more what He thinks, then aren't you more willing to want to learn about what His Word says, what His law says, what His instruction is? Or are you more interested in what a school will tell you? Are you more interested in what your parents or your friends or different things? Do you put their word higher than God's? Because if so, then you need to operate in this place of humility, which is what this comes into. Because when you operate in humility, it puts you in direct contrast with the second part of this verse, which is fools despise wisdom and discipline. Why do they despise wisdom and discipline? Typically because it directly goes against their normal way of living. And so when they're living their lives, you don't typically need instruction unless you need to direct your path to something else. It's usually a sign that you don't know something, that it requires humility. And if you get discipline, discipline typically always goes against the things you want to do in that moment. It causes you to make a decision. Are you willing to set yourself according to this path regardless of how you feel, or are you going to do whatever you feel for the day? Because fools will do whatever they want, whenever they want, and they despise these things because it directly goes against what they currently do, their lifestyle. It's someone saying, hey, where you're going and what you're doing now is not okay. You need to pivot and move in this direction. That's why they hate it. And that's why we need humility and the fear of the Lord, because when we have the fear of the Lord, it will pursue us and move us closer to learning more about Him, following His instruction, His wisdom, His discipline, saying, hey, I need you to do this every single day, regardless of how you feel. My name is Shane. I hope you enjoyed this time in Wisdom Seed Wednesdays, and I will see you next week.